the topic we have it is preparation of the salts. So let's start the preparation of the salts, that how we can prepare the salts, and what are the main chemical reactions that are involving in the preparation of the salts. Okay, so mainly there are two types of salts. The number one type of salt we have, it is soluble salt, and these salts are soluble in water. And the second type, the salts we have insoluble salts, and these insoluble salts do not get dissolved in water, do not get dissolved in water. So these are main two types of the salts. For the preparation of the soluble salts, mainly we have four methods, and we will discuss these four methods one by one. And by use of these four methods, the soluble salts can be prepared, and they also can be recovered by the process of recrystallization, because they are soluble in water and they can be get back by the process of evaporation, or we can say that by the process of crystallization. So in the insoluble salts we have only one method for the preparation of the insoluble salts, because it cannot be recovered by the evaporation or the by the process of crystallization. So let's start the first method for the preparation of the soluble salts. It is by the action of an acid and a metal. It is by the action or reaction of an acid with metal. So when an acid is gonna to be react with the metal, then we can gain the product, and the product again it is a salt, and the salt along with the production of the hydrogen gas. So what type of acid will react? For example, we have for this reaction HCl. It is gonna to be react with any metal. It may be magnesium, calcium. So we are gonna to take the magnesium. Then we just gain the product like magnesium chloride. So here, and then we get hydrogen. So by balancing out this equation, we get like this. So by the reaction of an acid with a metal, this magnesium, we just gain the product magnesium chloride. It is a soluble salt, and this is the hydrogen gas. It is a byproduct that is produced as a result of this reaction. Next we have the second method, that is known as direct displacement method. Basically the direct displacement method, it is between the acid and a base. So the direct displacement method is an acid and a base reaction. So when an acid reacts with the base, or we can also say that when an acid reacts with any metal. Let's have another example. Acid, for example, we have HCl, and metal here we can have calcium, we can have magnesium. So the product we just gain is calcium chloride plus along with the production of hydrogen. And when we have the reaction with the magnesium, then we just gain magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. So here we have the two ways when an acid reacts with the metal, as this is known as direct displacement reaction. So why this is called so? Because here the magnesium or the metal is gonna to displace the chloride ion from the acid. So that's why this is known as the direct displacement method. Next we have the second method, it is the neutralization reaction. So we have already learned in our previous lesson what does mean by the neutralization reaction. Basically when an acid reacts with the base, then the product that we gain, it is the salt plus the production of water. So let's have what type of acid or base reacts. Simple example is acid, and the base we have sodium hydroxide. So the product we just gain, in which the sodium take the chloride as sodium chloride, and the hydroxide ion reacts with the hydrogen. So we gain the water molecules. Sodium chloride, it is the salt and it is the water molecule. So this is simply known as the neutralization reaction. It is by the reaction of an acid with a base. We can take any type of acid as well as base. So it's up to us. Third method we have by the action of an acid and a metallic oxide. So you may know any acid, we can take any acid with the metal oxide, or we can say that metallic oxide, metal oxide. Now what does mean by the metal oxide? Basically metal oxide is that when metal reacts with the oxygen, then the resulting product is known as metal oxide. And when we have acid, for example here we have acid H2SO4, and the metal oxide we have calcium is a metal, and along with the oxygen, so it is known as calcium oxide. When they are going to be react, then the product we just gain calcium sulfate and plus water molecules. So calcium sulfate, it is a salt. We can take any acid, or here any metal oxide. We have calcium oxide. We can also take the magnesium oxide. We can also take like potassium oxide. So, or potassium superoxide or potassium peroxide. Was the third method. Now let's have the fourth method for the preparation of the salt. So it is by the action of an acid and a carbonate. Carbonate means we have carbonate with the any metal. So let's have an acid plus metal carbonate. Metal carbonate. Then we just gain the salt, carbon dioxide along with the water. So acid we have HCl, metal carbonate, any metal, for example sodium, and we have carbonate, sodium carbonate, and it is going to be react with the acid. The resulting product we just gain sodium chloride along with carbon dioxide and along with the water. How we just gain here the sodium reacts with the chlorine, and the product we just gain sodium chloride, the carbon CO3 and H. So by balancing out we just gain the water and the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the gas produced as a result of action of an acid with a metal carbonate. So this is the fourth method for the preparation of the soluble salt. Next we have the preparation of the insoluble salts, and this process is known as precipitation method. So insoluble salts are usually obtained during a chemical reaction, and the process we have is precipitation method. So when nitrates react with the any salt, this is the reaction of salt plus salt. So when a salt reacts with the other salt, then we just gain the salt like silver chloride and plus sodium nitrate. So this is also a salt and salt. So it is mainly known as a double displacement reaction, in which the sodium is going to displace the silver and the silver is going to displace the sodium. So we just gain the two salts as a result of this. So this is the preparation of the insoluble salts. Another example we have sodium carbonate plus copper sulfate. Then the resulting product is copper carbonate and sodium sulfate. So this is the preparation of insoluble salts, and it is also known as the precipitation method. I hope you guys understand about the preparation of the soluble and insoluble salts. And if you have any queries related to this, you can ask me about that in the comment section. For that time, I will get back to you guys soon, inshallah. Thank you.